What's up everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be playing a little bit different. We are going to be playing Fix It Up, and if you're new to the channel, then normally I just play APM and kind of roleplay. So yeah, this is a little bit of a different game. Pretty much you just buy cars. Like for example, if you want to buy this car right here, you just click on it and then you just buy it and then fix it and pretty much sell it for a profit. So we're pretty much going to end up doing the same thing but with this Mercedes Benzo. We're going to be turning this into a AMG. So right now it has a V6. Ugh. Puh. And we're going to be throwing a V8 on this thing. Essentially be turning this thing into an AMG. And I cannot close my HUD for some reason. There we go. So before I continue to make sure you guys smash the like button and subscribe. And let's begin with the video. So I'm currently in a private server. And I was kind of like AFK. And this car ended up popping up. So I was like, you know what? Let me buy it. Let me throw a V8 in this thing. But honestly, like right now, it sounds like a 350Z. What I'm thinking about is painting this car all black. I like my Benz black, like my coffee. So let's do that. And I think this is a good color. Let's paint it a little bit too dark in my opinion. Or yeah, let's go a little bit lighter, just like so. It looks way better. It has kind of like a matte look to it. All right, so let me back up. And let's get this thing fixed up, and then we'll be able to go to the store and buy a V8 because I first want to see what's wrong with this car. So let me park right here and let's lift this thing up. It looks like a couple cars are spawned in, but nothing good. Yeah, all these cars are pretty dookie. So hold on, let me open up the hood. Let me take out the engine. Bang, bang. Battery. Make sure you guys never forget the battery. This thing is huge for a V6. I'm not gonna lie. Let's fix this, and then let's throw the radiator. Wash it, and then let's see the battery. Let's recharge it. It is, how much battery does it have? Oh, it only has 21%. All right, it definitely needs a charge. We're gonna throw this right here. This is gonna go over here, and these are the Spider-Man spark plugs. But it looks like we are finished with this. Let's throw that in. Throw that in. Let me see the battery. All right, the battery is finished. Are these the headers? I don't know. Could be wrong. I don't know, just fix it. Let's throw the spider thingies on. Let's fix this. There we go. Now we're washing that. And look at the wheels on this thing. I'm not gonna lie, the wheels on this thing are hideous. Like this belongs like on a Honda Civic. So let's throw on the last piece, and I think that should be good. I don't think we're missing any of the engine parts, so let's get this thing down. It definitely should be at least 90%. Okay, so it's 96%. Yeah, this thing runs like a 350Z. So we're gonna do a quick test just to see how the power difference is between before and after. So this is the before. Let me turn off traction and ABS. All right, and let's try to drift this thing. Oh, okay, this thing is trash. This thing got no power. This is embarrassing. From that example, you guys can tell that this thing is not good. I'm not a fan of the engine at all. And now let's begin with throwing a V8 on this thing. So let's go in the shop. Let's see. We have the options of throwing a V8 4.0, and we also have the option of a V8 4.2 liter. And honestly sounds much better. But if we do go with the 4.0, look what we can do with it. We can turbo it and put a sports intake on this thing. So yeah, we can definitely make this thing into a beast. I hope I'm not making the wrong decision, and I'm gonna go with the V8 4.0. So let's get the engine block. We're gonna need spark plugs. Next is the cylinder head. Buy that. And what is this? The exhaust manifold. Do we need that? I think we do. Buy that. And now we can buy the supercharger parts. So let's buy the air intake turbo for 15 grand. Oh no. And then the air intake sport for 10 G's. Holy moly. Alright, so I think we got everything. So let's throw this in the backpack. Hopefully I have enough space. Looks like I barely do. So let's go back to the shop and throw this on. Dude, I'm so excited to see how this thing is going to be running. Because, you know, I don't want to sound too harsh, but I'm tired of listening to this V6. Alright, we are back at the shop. So let's park it right here. Let's throw this thing up. Let's open up the hood. So let me quickly pop this up. Alright, cool. Let's throw out everything. There we go. Boom. Alright, so we got the old engine out, and let's throw in the new one. Let me take every single piece out of my inventory. Alright, and let's start throwing things on. What? Did I buy two? Dude, I think I bought two. Here, let me take this piece out, and then... Wait a minute, is this the same thing? Oh my goodness, I spent so much money for nothing. Alright, whatever, we're just gonna go with the turbo. Let me just double check. So yeah, it looks like we bought two of pretty much the same thing. Whatever, it kind of sucks, but good thing I have a little bit... Oh, no, my car! No, my car! Oh, no. Oh, Whew. Alright, cool. I was able to save this thing and, I didn't need to call Geico. Anyways, and let's start backing this thing up and let's give this a quick test. And then we're going to head over to the wheel shop because why is this thing glitching? And then we're going to head over to the wheel shop because it definitely needs some new wheels. But from what I can tell, this thing sounds very good. Let me turn off the traction and ABS, turn on sport mode, and let's give this a rip. Oh. Oh my goodness, this is too much power. Okay, hold on. There we go. Alright, not too bad. Definitely better than the V6 for sure. And it looks like... Okay, so nothing good spawned. Alright, so we can head over to the wheel shop. Yeah, this thing has way too much power now. Alright, let's turn right here. Let's throw it on the lifter. And let's get this thing lifted. Let's start taking off the wheels. I wonder what size these wheels are. I might go one size higher. So depending on if these are like 15, I might go 19. But let me see. Let me check. What? Oh, and it seems to be these are R14s. Damn, these are tiny. Hold on. Do we even have Dude, we don't even have 14s because the smallest size is a 15. So yeah, I'm going to go with 20s. 20s is a good size in my opinion. So let me get this thing out of my backpack. Let me just lift this a little bit more and let's go buy some of these wheels. Well, I guess tires first. So let's go with the 20 diameter and the width. Huh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. I have no idea. We're just gonna go with the 235. We're gonna buy 4 of those. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then let's pick out the wheels. Honestly, I don't know what kind of wheels I want to put on the Benz. You know what? I think I'm just gonna do a quick Google search and see what kind of wheels Benz typically have. So give me 1 second. Alright, so I am back. I did a quick research and typically the Benz wheels have a lot of like I think they're called spokes, which is like the lines from the wheels. So I'm gonna look for something similar, something like this, but this is very JDM-ish style, so I'm not gonna go with that. And let's see, it's kind of like these wheels. It's kind of like a mix of this wheels and the wheels over here. I might go with these actually. Screw it. I'm gonna go with these wheels. Hopefully they don't look too trash. If not, then it's a good game. GG's. Alright, so let me throw everything out of my backpack so we can start throwing these wheels on. Oh, something spawned. Yeah, I don't want that. Never mind. Alright, let's throw on the tire and then the wheel and then bang. Let me place the wheel right here. Wait, how do I paint these wheels? I want them black. It would go so good with my Benzo. Here, let me grab the wheel. Put this thing. There we go. Let me place it right here. And now let me just do 2 more of these. Let me grab the wheel once again. All right, we got this one done. And now we just need one more. All right, so let me place this right here. Tire. Now let's start throwing on these wheels. So let's put on that one, this one, and that one. All right, so now let's get this thing lowered. Uh-oh. Dude, I hate when this thing starts running off without its owner. And this is the Benzo. Look at this thing. This thing looks insane. Should we lower this, you guys? I think we should lower this. But before I do, we're going to do a quick test, 0 to 60, to see how fast truly the Benz is. Alright, I came to the parking lot. So let me turn around so we can do the little quick 0 to 60 test. Alright, here we are. Let me turn off traction. I probably should have. I'm going to turn off traction and ABS. 0 to 60 in 3, 2, 1. Oh, there's my stuff. Honestly, it's not too slow. It's definitely better than the V6. Anything but the V6. So I'm very happy with the end result. And before I am done with this car, I definitely want to lower this thing. So let me buy air suspension. Let's come over here. Throw that on. And let's lower this thing. And let's see how this thing looks. So let me get in the parking lot. Let's see. Right here. And then 1. This thing is insane. Holy moly. Let me go in free cam and let's take a good look at this. And oh shoot, yeah, this thing is crazy. What do you guys think of this build? Is this a W or an L? Let me know in the comments. And with that conclusion, if you guys enjoyed this video, you guys smash that like button and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on to the next. Peace.